Okay, Madame Esme, let's hear your good thought. Let me remember back to the moment. As you know, I came to the Chateau to... I frequently came here to read Helena's fortune, so I got to know her and the household a bit. During one of my visits, I happened to find a piece of garbage next to the trash. I picked it up and looked at it. Pea stub of sorts to our dear Miss Charlotta here. I suppose it had been payday. She took the cash but discarded the stub. I was about to put it in the trash when I caught the payment amount. Of course, I didn't mean to snoop, but a girl does have eyes, you know. I couldn't help but notice that although Charlotta was earning what most might call a living wage, even a generous living wage, it wasn't quite enough to support an entire family. Which, as we all know, she does. Madam, I resent the fact that you see fit to air my wages in public like this. I would never say the amount, and I should be sorry I noticed the pay stub at all, but now I can't help but wonder if you may have killed your employer in a fit of rage because she never saw fit to pay you what you actually needed to support your family. Why, I have never heard the like. Madam, I believe you're out of line. Miss Charlotta, I don't believe that any of us could be more out of line, as you put it, than the murderer here tonight. So we'll all just have to forgive each other our trespasses if we want to solve this crime and get justice for Helena. Well, I suppose you're right. Then to answer your question, no, I did not kill my employer in a fit of finance-induced rage. There. Are you happy now? Happy? No. Satisfied for the moment? Perhaps. Chapter 4. Evidence. Wonder how many chapters we're gonna have. It's like, oh. Turns out we're not even halfway through this game. Oh my gosh, it's got 20 chapters. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Something like that would be crazy. I'm tired of all these accusations. All we've been doing here tonight is sitting around accusing each other of a crime that we still know very little about. What do you propose we do then? Well, when we first found Helena upstairs and unresponsive, our first reaction was to call the police. A very natural reaction, I might say. I would say the same. However, the storm made calling the police or heading out to find an officer completely impossible. After that, we decided we wanted to get out of the room and think about it. Nobody wanted to stay in there any longer than we had to. However, we now know it will be hours yet, possibly even a day or more, before any of us can get out to visit the police in town, or before the phone lines are repaired. Leaving the crime scene as it is seems foolish to me. I don't propose we mess around with it too much, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't comb through the crime scene thoroughly. What do you think we'll find? Well, last time we were in there, Lady Strawberry did observe that Helena had a rather sizable bump on her head, which suggests blunt force trauma. We didn't even look for a murder weapon. Who knows what else we may discover if we are actually looking. I see your meaning, sir, and I concur. I concur. Let's go, sir. Let us search the bedroom. So we went upstairs to search the room that we'd all been dreading. Almost all of us. I was starting to feel guilty I had done so. I took a look, found that bead on the ground. I began to wonder, should I tell them about what I found? I decided I'd think about it. Well, if there was something else of interest, maybe I'd mention the bead, but if not, I think I'll just keep it a secret to myself for now. So I decided to join the others who were already in Helena's room. When we got into the room, it was even darker than I remembered it being before. I realized I hadn't looked at the clock in hours. I had no idea what time it even was. It could be midnight now, or beyond. I was not tired. Well, at least I wasn't sleepy. But I was growing weary in soul and spirit mostly, but also a little weary in body. However, even if I had been sleepy enough to want to lay down for a bit, I knew I would never sleep, not on a night like this one. The voices of my companions broke me from my reverie. It is hard to see anything in this darkness. We should have brought more candles with us. Diana, would you be good enough to bring yours a little closer? I want to examine Helena a bit more. I hardly got a good look at her last time. Of course, Madame Esme. Yes, that's a bit better. What is this? What is it, Madame? There's a bit of something on Helena's sleeve. It looks like wax. Red wax. I don't know, dude. I don't know how to do this accent, okay? Give me a break. I'm doing like 5 different voices at once. It's difficult, okay? Come on. Like from the candle you've been carrying around. What? No, I mean, it's possible some wax may have dripped on her just now because I've been leaning over her body, but this wax is dry, Lady Diana. This wax is old. What are you insinuating, madame? Just what you think I am. I'm insinuating we've been carrying around candles tonight because of the blackout. Yet whenever anybody's picked up a candle, it's been one of the white ones in the house. Yet you are the only one with a red candle! This wax can only be from you! Oh! How dare you! I actually couldn't find the red candle when the blackout happened. I had to pick a small white candle instead. I found the red one in Helena's room when I found her body. A likely story. That's what anyone would claim if they were guilty. This red wax on the body is too big of a clue to ignore. And besides, didn't someone point out earlier the bump on Helena's head indicates she died from being struck with a heavy object? That solid silver candlestick holder that Diana's been carrying looks like it could be heavy enough to bludgeon, if one was so inclined, of course. Okay, so is Lady Strawberry in the bedroom with the candlestick? We solved the murder mystery. All right. Or maybe it was Miss Scarlet in the bedroom with the candlestick. I'm not sure. Are you so inclined, Lady Diana? No, of course not. I had nothing to do with her death. Then how did the red candle wax get on our clothing? A number of ways. Anyone who's been in this house the last several days can vouch that I've carried this candle around during each of the previous blackouts. Helena could have picked up the candle on her own in that amount of time and dripped the wax on herself. Or perhaps I did drip it on her earlier today, but while she was alive. Besides, it would be rather difficult to knock someone over the head with a candle holder that has a lit candle, huh? Perhaps you have a point there. But even so, I have to admit it does look bad for you. Well, yes, I'll give you that. It does look bad, but that doesn't make it true. No, I suppose that doesn't mean it is, but it does paint you in a rather bad light, I'm afraid. So, random question? What is it, Lord Violet? Madam, before I was seen outside the manor tonight, I happened to notice a very loaded cart parked out front. It was filled with weeds of some sort, or herbs. Is that called yours? Why, yes, I sell my wares from it. What sort of wares? Well, mostly herbs. I'd been out tonight looking to restock my store. And did you find any? Oh, yes, it was a bountiful trip, actually. I replenished most of my herb jars. Why? Because just here, next to Helena's body on the bed, is what appears to be, wolfsbane? Wolfsbane? Where have I heard of that herb before? Oh, wait, madame, when you first arrived tonight, you told us you'd just found a rich source of wolfsbane before the rain set in, and you were forced to seek shelter. So, what of it? I think I know where we're going with this. Well, to me, it sounds like the enchanting Madame Esme, fresh from the forest surrounding the mansion, with fistfuls of wolfsbane in her hand, and a vendetta in her heart, approached the chateau under the guise of seeking shelter. Then, when left alone during the blackout, she sneaked upstairs, killed Helena over the argument they had the day before, and then returned back downstairs before anyone knew she was missing. But what she didn't realize was that some of the wolfsbane leaves were still stuck to her skin or clothes, and she left one right at the scene of the crime. No. That is completely wrong and totally impossible. I was in a parlor during the blackout, and the parlor is where I remained. There's no way I could have killed Helena, and this little leaf proves nothing. I could easily have dropped that here when we came upstairs after Diana found the body. Even so, it's a very incriminating clue. It incriminates me in no way. It could have come up on someone's shoe or blown through the window at some point. In fact, who knows how long it's been here. But isn't wolfsbane kind of rare? You said yourself today how happy you were to find such a rich supply of it. To me, it sounds like you don't come across it very often. Well, you don't, but still, its appearance has absolutely nothing to do with me. I believe our gallant Lord Violet is simply trying to shift attention away from himself by casting a shadow on our honorable Madame Esme. Such a tiny little leaf could hardly be a clue. But if you all step over here closer to the window, I believe that you'll see why he's trying to place the blame somewhere else. What? I don't know what you could possibly mean. Just a little closer, sir, and I believe I can make it all clear.